I want to gather as much courage as you, is what a young girl told me a couple of months ago. Girl I have been mentoring in a couple of aspects of her life. So she asked me, she's like, so kids who work with me and kids who've known me, they all call me E. So she's like, E, I just want to, really become as strong as you. How did you get to this point? So while I wanted to give her something concrete as a response, but I also knew that it's not like just 5 tips that I can give saying how to, stand on your own truth. So I think I'm just going to share what I shared with her. It all starts with one step of standing up for yourself. I'll share a couple of examples of how I stood up for myself from the very beginning, from the childhood, early childhood itself. And I would say I give a lot of credit to my dad for who I am today. It's because of him I learned how to uh, test and trust humans. So I think I'm just going to pass on those anecdotes that my father gave me. So first episode that happened, um, if you've been born and raised in India, and especially if you've been, if you're 90s, 70s, 80s kids, you've always had this summer vacation time where you would go to either at your grandparents' place or some of the aunt's place or some relatives during summer vacation, with your family. So we were no different. Until one point, I came back and I told my father, I am not going to their place alone, ever. I mean, alone even with my sister. My sister and I, we are just 1 year apart, so we are of the same age. So often we would go to a couple of relatives' places, just for summer vacation. A couple of days, not like long vacations. Um, I came back and I told my dad that next time my sister and I took a name and I said, she and I will not go to their place alone. If you're there, we will go, otherwise, no. And he asked me what happened. I said, I don't like the way he touches me in the night when we have gone off to sleep. The way he, and that's it. That's all I had to tell my dad. I don't like it. I was very young, and I know that. I was really young at that time. And all thanks to my dad, he understood. And I'm quite sure he must have had this conversation with my mom as well. I didn't have this conversation with my mom, but I'm pretty sure that he had this conversation with her as well. Because after that, we never went to their place alone. We were never left alone. So that was one. Second, because I started working and I stepped out of the house pretty early, in life to support my family, I had to learn the ways the outside world functions. I had to sense danger before it could harm me. So I used to go to market for all the grocery shopping, and back in the days we had no delivery system, and this is much, much, much after my dad's shops were shut down. So I used to go to a particular shop to get daily stuff, whatever. atta, chini, and all of that. And I remember coming back once and telling my dad that that shop owner, every time I pay him, he touches my hand in a not so nice way. So the next time my dad said, "Okay, don't stop going. Don't stop yourself from stepping out. You still have to go. I mean, that's not an escape. But next time when you go, I will come with you. I will stand far behind, but just know that I'm around. I am taking a good look of what's happening. But you have to make sure that now this time when this guy touches you again, you have to stand there, make noise. Don't be afraid. Make noise. Tell people that he is touching you in the wrong way, and he cannot. And you have to remind him that he is probably the age of your grandfather. Remind him that. And if something happens, I'm here. I'll come and protect you. I was terrified, but I did it. I gave it back to that guy. I yelled. And it was a big scene. And then that's that. After that, that man never dared to, you know, say anything. Then I was in standard ninth, and we were participating in a zonal competition where we had to travel to another school. A group of girls with two teachers. We had to travel by bus, and all of this I'm talking about Delhi. So just to give you a context. Um, so we were traveling, and one guy in the bus touched my friend inappropriately. Sorry, my phone storage is also giving up on me. Yeah. So this guy touched my friend inappropriately, and she turned around and she looked pretty much upset. I looked at her. I said, "What happened?" And she's like, "No, nothing. This guy, I don't know. It's just weird." I'm like, "Go tell him. Just slap him." He's like, "No, no, no, I can't." I said, "Wait a minute." I went there and I kicked that man, boy, whosoever that idiot ducker was. I kicked him so bad at the right place. And the entire bus was stunned. That man, boy was dragged down by the public, beaten up by the public, and was just thrown away, saying, "You will not enter this bus again." And this was discussed in my school. I also was given a special mention for being so courageous. Having said that, it's not been an easy one to always stand up for myself, especially in my own place, in my own space. It was very difficult to push back and stand up for myself in front of the abuse that's being caused by your own partner. So, after experiencing um, 7 years of constant abuse in so many ways, emotional, physical, sexual, all kind of abuse, I had to take the stand and I paid a huge price. I was separated from my son in the year 2006, so it's 20 years. I am only watching him grow in the pictures. So, yeah, I have paid that price. I've paid the price of standing up for myself by losing jobs, being denied promotions, rightful promotions. I have paid the price by losing contracts when I decided to go independent. I have paid the price by being stabbed in my back by the vendors because I refuse to compromise in certain situations. I have paid the price of being called so many names because I stood up for myself. So, yeah, it starts with one step, but you also have to be willing to pay the price. That's all.